Hey, morning guys. Merry Christmas. I hope y'all are enjoying spending it with your family. Most of my family is, well, all of my family is about 250 to 300 miles away in a city called Fort Worth. So, and in my business, I've been there for over 18 years, and still don't have enough seniority to take Thanksgiving and Christmas week off. I haven't been home for Thanksgiving or Christmas in 18 years, but that's okay. Some of them know the Lord, and we are going to celebrate a large holiday, I think very soon, called the Marriage Supper of the Lamb. I think it is close. I cannot believe that we are still here. I honestly thought that we would make it to Christmas, and who knows, this may be our last Christmas. I bet it is. The current administration is doing everything that he can. I'm not even going to say his name anymore because he's not running the country. I ran across a big article that I do believe all of his aides are running the country. He is nowhere to be seen. Get your coffee. I'm down to 2 bags of that holiday blend. It's going to depress me when I run out, because if we may not see next Christmas, and that's one of the best coffees I've ever had. What are y'all doing for Christmas? The tradition here around our house now is we fix Tex-Mex food. And they like it when I cook the enchiladas, because believe it or not, I'm a mean cook when I want to be. And my enchiladas are, I'm not boastful or proud, but my enchiladas are pretty good. Especially the cheese enchiladas. I'll fix some beef enchiladas too. They're still going to go to the local Tex-Mex place and get the sides. I said I would make them, and they said, nah, make the enchiladas. We want some guacamole and queso. I said, okay. Surely it's not going to be too much. Who knows? We will do that on Christmas Eve, and where we just snack on Christmas Day. And I've got to go back to work on Thursday. I have slept in the past 2 days. Yesterday I slept till after 8. Today I didn't get up till 8:30. Those of you who know me know that I do not do that. But I am just worn out. I'm exhausted mentally and physically. I am tired. I'm ready to go home. Those of you who are still with me on my Bible reading, congratulations. But in about 2 days, we will hit my favorite book of the Bible, the grand finale, the book of Revelation. So hang tight for that. It is coming up in about 2 to 3 days. So keep up. Good job if you're still with me. Book of Revelation. Some people said it's a hard book to understand, but not really. Just take it literally. People try to look all, I'm not going to get into that. So, back to what I was discussing. The current administration is doing a good job on sticking his middle finger to Trump and to the American people as a last hurrah as he angrily steps away from the presidency. He's angry. He's mad. He's angry. He's a bitter old man. And what he did yesterday ticked me off to no end. And that's putting it mildly. I almost said another word. It wasn't a bad word, but let's just say he ticked me off. He commuted. I know they're still not going anywhere, but still, the Bible makes it clear about certain crimes. That means 37, the only 3 left on federal death row are the Boston bomber, the synagogue shooter that killed about 9 Jewish churchgoers, and that South Carolina church shooter that killed 9 black church members. Only 3 left on death row. Who had commuted was serial killers, a guy that kidnapped a 12-year-old girl, shot her, slit her throat, police killers, killers that killed soldiers, and the list goes on and on. Drug dealers that had ordered the death of many people. All got spared death, which I think they deserve more than death. Hold on. Gotta let the dog in, sorry. Sorry about the interruption. I hear pounding on the door. If I don't let her in, who knows. Anyways, on top of the judges that he appointed at the last minute, when a lot of the Senate was, well, some of these judges are real dirt bags. Some of them some of these are some of the highest courts in the land, including the 11th Circuit of Appeals, which is basically, if you don't know American government, the 11th Circuit of Appeals is pretty much right under the Supreme Court. Let's not talk about the Supreme Court and that one justice that he did get on there. Say hello, Maxie. Yeah. All right. I don't think we're going to be here much longer. I think this country, like I said, I haven't been up very long, and my throat, my voice won't catch up with me for at least another hour. So, I talk on the phone for a living, and I think slowly my voice is giving way. I can't explain it. I just do it for 8 hours a day, and my voice is just not the same as it used to be. Not like I sounded like Frank Sinatra, though. Don't get me wrong. I sound more like Pee Wee Herman. Okay. I'm going to read this, but first off, I'm going to go into Titus. Oh, Titus, Titus, Titus. Oop, overshot it. All right. Yeah, I know it by heart. It just simply says we are looking for that blessed hope. Jesus came back. Is going to come to this earth a total of 3 times. The first one to save man from their sins, where he took on pretty much he took on in human form of one of his creations. Do you know how very humbling that is? He created every one of us. And he took on human form of one of his creations. And he knew all throughout his ministry, the disciples never understood it. The angels in heaven don't understand it because they don't get redemption. They don't. But they don't understand how we get redemption. Well, angels are not these, well, we'll get into that in another lesson. The second time is, well, he's not actually going to touch down on earth, but he is coming back to pick up his church. So, I don't know what you call that, a rapture. It is a rapture. You know what I'm going with this. He's not good. I guess you don't count that as him coming back to earth, because he doesn't actually come. I'm going to take Calvin back. He doesn't actually touch down. He doesn't. He comes. We meet him up. We meet him in the clouds, and we are gone. And the second time, he touches down as king. And I think we are almost there. If you look at this world, the economy in the U.S., I know Trump's in. The economy, a dozen eggs cost me over $4 for eggs. You know, the little white thing or brown things, depending on the color of your chicken, that spits out once a day. But all the chickens are dying. Bird flu. $4 for a dozen eggs. Meat and chicken, let's not even go there. You want to get brisket for Christmas dinner? You got a 6-figure salary job? Let's get into this. I know Trump's in office, or going to be, or maybe, if we ever reach it. Right? We still could be out of here before this year's up, before the inauguration. Right? Just because Trump's in office, or going to be, doesn't mean. I think this country is in such bad shape because of who should not be named. I'm no longer going to mention his name. He will go down as the worst president in the history of America. If you disagree with that, we can disagree. But that little stunt yesterday, a lot of people now put him as the worst president in the U.S. Why did he do it? Because Trump agrees with executions and was going to start executing those federal prisoners again. And you know who said, "Over my dead body." That's basically why he did it. To stick his middle finger at Trump. I don't want to talk about that anymore. It's just going to make me mad. All right, slow motion of the economy. I'll try to read this quick so you can go back to your family. I got some shopping to do. Hopefully my paycheck is in there. If it's not, it'll ruin Christmas. All right. The slow motion collapse of the economy is more advanced than people realize. The fact that economic conditions are getting worse is certainly not good news, but it is better to know in advance what is coming after 4 years under the current administration. The U.S. economy is a giant mess. We have been witnessing a slow motion collapse right in front of our eyes, and those at the bottom levels of the economic food chain have been experiencing more pain than anyone else. Doge to the rescue, right? Trump to the rescue. Remember, the Senate has a slim majority, but there's that Murkowski lady and Susan Collins, who are two of the most biggest rhinos in American history. They are going to vote against Trump every which way they can, I guarantee you. And the House, we've only got like one or two. We only have, anyways, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Of course, this is one of the biggest reasons why Donald Trump won the election. That and the migrant crisis, where an illegal migrant set a sleeping lady on fire on a subway train and lit her on fire. He was illegal. Where'd they find him? In Texas. All right. Number one, when the economy is in good shape, holiday spending increases each year. In 2024, only 16% of Americans say they are going to spend more than last year, and 35% of Americans say they are going to spend less. I'm one of them. I can't afford it. Just can't afford it. Number two, the number of job openings in the U.S. is now the lowest it has been since January of 2021. But unlike January of 2021, we don't have a pandemic to blame on. Or do we? They say one's coming. Number three, the manufacturing numbers that we're getting are extremely dismal. For example, the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Manufacturing Index just experienced an extremely sharp decline. Number four. Have you turned this off yet? If you haven't, I guess you're still watching, or you wouldn't be watching. Number four, thanks to rapidly rising mortgage rates, the average U.S. home buyer just lost $33,250 in purchasing power in just 6 weeks. That is insane. Number five, our cost of living crisis is officially out of control. According to BOA, or otherwise known as Bank of America, almost a third of all households spends more than 95% of their disposable income on the necessities such as housing costs, groceries, and utility bills. I cannot tell you when's the last time I went out to eat at a sit-down restaurant. Couldn't tell you. Can't afford it. Number six. A recent LendingTree survey discovered Yet nearly a quarter of all households couldn't pay their entire power bill at some point within the last year. We have to make arrangements almost every month. That's the way it goes in my household. Phone bill, we make arrangements. Water bill, we make arrangements. Electric bill, we make arrangements. I'm not gonna lie, we have come home one time and the electricity had been turned off. No bills in heaven. Can't wait for the day. I'm not gonna go out to my heavenly mailbox and see a power bill or water bill. Ain't gonna happen. Number 8. There's just 11 of these. As we discussed earlier, demand is at record levels at food banks all over the nation. They cannot keep food in food banks. Number 9, during normal times, troubled retailers would at least wait until after the holidays season to throw in the towel. But we haven't reached Christmas, and Party City has declared they're closing all the stores. I've read that the other day. And the Container Store is right there with you. It's a big time Fort Worth store, the Container Store. They're in trouble. They are declaring Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They had a meeting with Bed Bath & Beyond, and it fell through. It's not going to go through, so they're probably going to end up shutting down. So that's Big Lots. Not to be outdone, Big Lots has announced that all 936 of their remaining stores will be shutting down on a permanent basis. But wait, Trump's going to save us. Look, I voted for Trump. I'm glad he's in, but I think this is still too big for him to handle. I voted for him. But we haven't been granted a reprieve here, and that word still makes my skin crawl. As of the end of November, right before Christmas season, more than 7,000, this is number 11 by the way, more than 7,000 store closings have been announced in the United States. That is almost 70% increase from last year. I keep harping on this, and I apologize, because I want us to make clear that everything is not okay. Not okay. It's not okay. We can't maintain this much longer. This is what a failing economy looks like. Last week, a prominent mall in downtown San Francisco was emptied of all shoppers in the middle of the afternoon. Look at all these beautiful Christmas decorations at the Crocker Galleria Mall in San Francisco. It is 4:47 p.m. and everybody should be shopping and buying Christmas presents for their family, but nobody is in the mall. There are only 3 stores left that are open here. The escalators hum on the inside. This beautiful but empty decorated mall, that is the saddest thing I've ever read. Outside on Market Street, the fentanyl addicts lay folded over while a street performer sings Last Christmas to an empty street. Could it be that that's the reason why that street was empty, because he chose that song to sing? That and Blue Christmas and that song from Mariah Carey are the absolute worst Christmas song to ever be recorded in music. That's the reason why that street was empty. Oh, I hate that song. Horrible. Guys, keep your chin up. Keep your head held high. I'm excited. I struggle, but that excites me because I think we are not long for this world much longer. I did run across a great message, and a message that is not preached on very often. I don't know why preachers are afraid of this topic, but Jesus wasn't. He taught it more than he did on heaven, and that's on hell. Ran across a great message on it yesterday. I may pin it to my community page. It is from Dr. Barnett. I don't know how many people have heard of him. I like him. And I may pin that in the next couple of days. We're close to the end. I can see the red of the black and white tape at the end of the race. Hang in there. If you're still with me, thank you. Like I said, I've always thought I was in over my head with this channel. I don't have thousands of subscribers like the other guys do, but hey, if I reach that one person, I've done my job. Because hell is a forever unescapable nightmare. Acts 13:38-39. Therefore let it be known to you, brethren, that through him forgiveness of sins is proclaimed to you through the shedding of his blood. And through him everyone who believes is freed from all things from which you could not be freed through the law of Moses. 1 Corinthians 15:3-4. For I delivered to you as of first importance what I have also received, that Christ died for our sins according to Scripture, and that he was buried, and that he was raised on the third day according to Scriptures. He shed his blood so we can wash our sins in his blood. Easiest verse of Scriptures, and the reason why it's this easy to get saved. There are people out there that try to bring works into the equation. Not about works. If not, if it was, we'd all be going to hell. Now, works after you get saved is how you win or rewarded crowns. But it's not about works to get saved. Okay. Romans 10:13. For whosoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. That's a mic drop moment because it's that easy. A dog dug through the trash and picked out a... you don't want to know. Anybody want a dog? I will ship them to you for free. That's it, guys. Merry Christmas. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. Love you. Hopefully I will see you in the clouds.